versus Rise, Hardpoint on Slums, and we're going to start this thing off spectating Apollo Torque. Looks like he's running a Scorpion Evo. No surprise, we've seen so many of those so far this season, even though it's the first week. B23R, standard B23R. And looks like we got the Hardpoint down. These Hardpoints are going to be random. We're going to take it over to Spooderman. He's going to go, pick up a kill there, and he's going to push into the Hardpoint, grab the edge. That center Hardpoint, I think, on Slums is typically the hardest. Would you guys agree?
Ooh, he just kills his teammate, though.
Will be taken out.
Yeah, the team kills, we've seen a few of them, and I think it's going to become more common in Hardpoint. Here we are, your favorite Mexi, still sitting in that Hardpoint. And this is a hard point because it's that circle you got to deal with.
Right.
And I think these teams are kind of more fair. I've seen their KDs. KDs are more even. It's not like one team you know is going to win. But it looks like the DDSF clan is a little more secure with the Hardpoint and knows what they're doing a little bit more than the other one. But they do have some substitute players, Rise does, and that might hurt them in some gameplay issues and the overall match.
Yeah, I think what we've seen is it comes down a lot to who have you played with, how often have you played with them, and the lack thereof for some of them having played with each other. I'm going to jump over to Nasty Eclipse, take a look at him, and he goes down almost instantly, chasing after that Hardpoint. He spawns in fairly close to it, facing a little bit of a lag. He gets a marker with the... I thought he was going to secure. He does not secure. His team still without a score even. Your favorite Mexi down in that Hardpoint again, just like earlier. He is quickly becoming the go-to guy on those. He gets the RCXD.
Will this be a 250?
Well, we were only playing to 200, but it. They get points on the board. Eclipse locks down about 10 points.
All right.
There's still Torque is still sitting in that Hardpoint. MSMC going, taking shot. Torque just 1 point after another. He is flashed and just going 1 point after another.
Apollo Torque said no.
So Chimp,
never mind.
Chimp, what do you think? Who do you think there'll be any key players in this game, or do you think it'll all be overbalanced team like the other games, or do you think there'll be just one main player that's gonna take over the whole entire game and just dominate?
I mean, looking at the scoreboard right now, I mean, Gunwag 44 topping the other team's scoreboard, DDSF, as 6-6, so it's not particularly good. Nasty Eclipse topping the scoreboard here for Rise, and at 6-8, so it's not. Neither team coming out with crazy KDs, so I'm thinking it's going to be more of a team effort, and as you can tell, some teams just simply not used to playing with each other, compared to other teams more adapted to that, more maybe competitive in playing with each other.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think this is going to be a really balanced game, or at least balanced teams, because I think they're going to use a lot more communication. I don't know about the Rise team, because they, like I said before, they do have the 2 substitute players, but I think the DDSF clan will pull a lot through, maybe win the entire match because of communication and just knowing their players, and that might have an unfair advantage because of the other substitute players, but they can't help it. They probably had something comes up, but hopefully they will have a good game and not just one team's always winning.
Yeah, hopefully they don't turn into the dead meat team, but it's too early probably to tell this early in the season, and the fact that they're missing their captain Cosmos probably would fall into being a big deal at this point, as you can tell by the scoreboard, 122 to 139. They are getting, sorry, not 139, just 39. They are getting blasted.
Melting.
And I mean, I'm looking at Apollo Torque. He is just throwing stuff after stuff almost randomly over walls, just trying to get anything for a hit marker that he can. And you have to imagine that he's a little bit frustrated in the rest of his team. Nasty was doing a pretty good job earlier. He's also just throwing stuff in, gets a grenade up by his back, and is able to outrun that. He's going to swarm in on this hard point, and Rise is on it right away. And I guess
that... not be for long, though, because seeing from the other gameplay, they might not... Oh, there's an RCXD. They do survive. There's only one Rise currently in the hardpoint. Oh, and he does get taken down.
Oh, Dragon in now. Dragon's down. Eclipse in now. Eclipse is down.
Torque will go in and wreck that hardpoint.
Torque now down.
Get taken out quickly.
It's almost instantaneous that they get in and they go down. It's one after another. They are being challenged so hard. Looking at Dragon. Dragon really trying to keep it in there. He's in there right now and trying to hold it, trying to get some sort of comeback going, but they're not even halfway even there yet.
Yeah, and I'm expecting Apollo Torque right now, and I can see what you're saying. He's just throwing everything he has in order to see what he can get as kills.
Yeah, Mexi goes down at the hands of Mexi goes down at the hands of a friendly fire Semtex, and that's one of the problems that could come up from throwing so often is you do occasionally get the friendly fire kill.
Yeah, and that is a problem. And score streaks too. The Hellstorm missile, the Lightning Strike. Those are all big. I've seen. Yeah, I've seen tons of those. Oh, and another friendly
kill
fire
right there.
by I'm Spooderman.
Yeah, the friendly fire becoming a issue quickly.
Oh, and another friendly fire by Spooderman.
And Rise.
Spooderman will go in though. Ooh.
Rise definitely is slowing down the pace. They're not slipping maybe as much as they were early in the game, and they're actually starting to contest this more.
I think they just needed to get adjusted with their teammates a little bit more, maybe start communicating, and then they sometimes there's those games where you're slow to start, but then you eventually find out what you're doing, find out what gun to use. At the beginning of the round, you don't know what gun, you don't know what you're facing, and then so once they get adjusted to what they're facing, they kind of adjust their playstyle, maybe help out their teammate a little bit more, help do the best they can, and figure out where the hard points are.
Yeah, and that was something other players have brought up. They've been trying to watch these games, see how the other teams play, because, I mean, they're not all too familiar with that many of the other teams at this time, so they don't know what to expect as far as how they're going to play. So they're trying to adapt as they go along because they aren't aware of how the other team's going to play. I'm going to go over to I'm Spooderman, locking down, again, that hard point, the center one, and he will pick up a friendly fire.
2 kills.
2 team kills. He didn't even get the kill. Oh, a 3rd team kill right there. They are suffering with the team
one
kills
after
today.
another, yeah. Team kills definitely an issue for both these teams as they seem to just shoot right through people. No worry of who's in the way.
One of their players has already left.
Apparently a player has already left. What is up with that?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think he lagged out? Because their connection is very bad. And that's also, that was the... Oh, it might have been FaZe, the one who has...
FaZe Nightmare has left, yes.
He might have maybe had too much or just had to get off or maybe lagged out because his connection wasn't best, as you can see.
Right, and this is just about over, and it is over.
Not even 100.
Rise can't quite squeak out 100. They do lose to DDSF in what ends up being a 3v4 situation. So they were mismatched, didn't have the experience of working together, and hopefully going into next week they'll get some practice time together to really try and sort things out.
Yeah, because it is summer, and well,